Hello and welcome back to Operations of the Void. I'm your host, Forgotten Void, and this week we will be going over the Strasbourg in Narai. So the Strasbourg, you used to be able to take it into Narai anyway, since it was a tier 7, and it was actually released as a freemium ship. You had to grind really hard to get it for free, but it was allowed to get for free when it was first released. It is basically it's Dunkirk. It's the tier 6 Dunkirk put at tier 7, but given a main battery reload booster. So the artillery is 330mm guns, pretty small, with a 25-second reload, so it's a faster reload for battleships. And then we have 130mm as the secondaries. So you could build secondary build, but it's not the best. That said, I do have a secondary-ish build. So we have greased the gears, so to turn faster. Also, it's an enhanced skill. So now the 180 turn is only 28 seconds. We have long-range secondary battery, but that's not for the secondary range or secondary guns, but actually so that you get close quarters. Because now with everything within at 7.9, so if you're within 7.9 kilometers, and with Narai you're usually within 7.9 kilometers of your target, it's a minus 10% reload to your main battery. And then so that's why I did that. Adrenaline rush for more reload, and then fire prevention because we only want maximum of 3 fires. No concealment expert because again this was for Narai and I haven't changed it since then. Just took it out and it just happened to be Narai. But if you bring concealment, which probably the last thing I take, brings us down to 14.8. And then for equipment, it's just standard battleship. The other thing you could do is propulsion mod, so either damage control mod 2 or propulsion. We took damage control system because 1, it's French, so it's easy to be set on fire. 2, Narai, you're going to be set on fire a lot. And 3, in Narai, you're generally not accelerating and decelerating that much. Or so that's what I thought, and that's why I did. But it's dealer's choice, whichever one you want. I don't have any flags. Okay. If I were to do flags, it would be India Delta for the heal, November Foxtrot for the consumable reload, Mikey Inc. Sock 6 to increase. That increases it to 8.3. I probably won't even take that. And then, so pretty much only these 3 is what I'd take, plus India Yankee. I'm just going to keep that on there so I remember. With that, let's go ahead and head into battle. So, if you can't already tell, this is also a mean division with 2 Torlun and 2 Strasbourg. So 2 Torlun, 2 Strasbourg, a Cheshire Leander in North Carolina. So yeah, friends, we decided we were going to take the French forward front-facing big gun boats. Torlun is it has 305s instead of 330s, and it doesn't have a main battery reload booster. Instead, it's a speed boost. It has speed boost. It has hydro, it has fighter, and it has a heal on a cruiser. Whereas Strasbourg is heal, main battery reload booster, and spotter plane. Or fighter. So, standard Narai. We're going to shoot the New York first. Maybe we can get 2 salvos or 3 salvos into New York. We're not even going to bother with the mule, let other people take out a mule. Toxic is going up there to see if he can Citadel the New York from up close. We are going to use our range and shoot from further away. And we get a Citadel. As you see, he's trying to use the island to cover from Torps. Instead, he's using the Emile to cover from Torps from the Nicholas. Yeah, the Emile, the New York. We're trying to do that shot, but we miss because the rock got in our way. And so we start off with a respectable 30k. We didn't even have a chance to shoot at the Nicholas. With the team that we have, we're just going to ignore the center cruiser and the fort. Let our secondaries work over there. I thought about shooting it, but instead, with Toxic having a similar main battery reload, decided to help him. So we're going to go after the Queen Elizabeth. Since the our secondaries don't get more accurate by clicking on anything, we're not going to. There's a nice 5 full pens on Queen Elizabeth. And Toxic takes his shells on the belt, so he doesn't really take any damage. And since we actually have a faster reload than Torlun, we're able to take it out and finish off the Queen Elizabeth. So I was going to come over here and help with the Farragut. We're going to help by shooting at Squire and swapping the HE. And now Squire's gone. So now I'm planning on going over and taking out the Farragut. But there was Toxic using armor piercing. I now figure it's at 5k HP. And I'm like, well, he's got it now. I don't need to go. So we're going to swap back to armor piercing. I'm wishing we have expert loader. But because the Leander is now within secondary range, we have that reduced secondary. Reduced to 22.4 seconds. Okay, Leander. There. Add no more Leander. Now let's see if we can take out the Gallisania. See if we get our... And while the shell's in the air, untamed in his Strasbourg takes out the La Gallisania. So with that, we are going to go charge Missouri with our French front guns. Our French guns. And our secondaries are going to be focused. We're going to focus them on the St. Clair. Because another thing about the Torlun, it has, I believe, had 90mm secondaries, which really don't do much with HE. Just start fires, maybe. Whereas our 130s would actually be able to pen. There we go. 3 pens, 3 non-pens, and a ricochet. And what do we get? What do we get? Ah, there we go. 5 pens, including 1 citadel to finish off the Missouri. Since, what? Maximum damage is only 97,000. So we're going to try and go for the Omaha. Looks like he got a good hit off of that. Whereas we only get 2 overpens. So I'm loading HE because I think I'm going to go for the destroyers, but then I realize I'm on Hydro, and I feel like at this point in time, since I don't have Expert Loader, I might as well just shoot HE at the Cleveland and swap to 8 armor piercing after that salvo. Then swap back to high explosive for the destroyer, since it looks like I'm going to go up with a Torloon to take care of the carrier. We are rewarded with our high explosive with a destroyed secondary. Would have been better if it was main battery, but at least it's a secondary. And here I realize I'm turning in the wrong way and I must turn the other way. So that's why I stopped my ship. And we're going to have armor piercing through the butt of the Cleveland into the Citadel. So, one thing about the Cleveland, well, American ships in general, cruisers mostly, is they usually have a flat butt. And that's really good for going into citadels. And so here we are. We have our high explosive loaded. We're going to go take care of this Farragut, and no, Season got it. So, high explosives on Omaha. One of the shells hit the rock. But we take out a gun and the engine. Swapping to armor piercing. Put on that reload booster. The Omaha's turning in. Even better for us to get that Citadel for the kill. And our reload booster is still going. So we can get a next shot on the Lexington. And find the Citadel. And I was willing to get in the front, but the thing is, the Strasbourg is just slow compared to Torloon. Because Torloon gets that speed boost. And there we go, we get the carrier with the Citadel at the end. And so here we are, we're reloading. And once I'm reloaded, maybe I can get the Mahan. Maybe get something else. Let's go for Mahan. And what do we get? We get 1 overpen. Better than nothing, I suppose. But we're going this way so that we can get to the size, show the front of our ship to the sides of their ships, so that we're not going to take much damage and we're going to dish out the damage in traditional French way. And we're going to start with Indianapolis. As soon as I know I've cleared the rocks. And aim. And we have 8 shells in the air. And we get a Citadel. And I think Season got a Citadel. Maybe 2. And now the Indianapolis is much, much lower. And there's Toxic trying to get a Citadel on a New Mexico. From close range, and he isn't able to get a Citadel. We're only able to get a full pen and a couple over pens. Let's see what we can get from Indianapolis this second time. And survey says 2 Citadels and a sink. And we still have 2 main battery reload boosters left. Probably could have used them more. Or could I? I don't think there's any chance for me to use them more. Because things just die so quickly. And there we go. We have a Citadel on Chapayev. And Untamed has a better angle on the anchorage, so he's going for that. And we aim. Survey says no more Chapayev. 3 Citadels. Poof, gone. And here I was going to shoot at the QE, but nope. No shooting at QE. So we're going to go back and we're going to shoot at the Colorado. Since our main battery reload boost is on. We might get a couple more salvos in before it's gone. Unless Season's going for that ram. He's going for that ram. Because it's better than main guns. With, I believe Torun has a 28-second reload. Ah, and he went for the ram. And that's that. With our French meme boats of all front guns at tier 7. We personally, 14 Citadels, pretty good. 14 Citadels, 7 destroyed, 106 main battery hits with a battleship. Team score, the Torluns surprisingly actually got top despite having such a bad reload. It's probably because they have speed boost and could get into position. And we didn't really have anything strong on our team. And the Cheshire there with 11 kills. Not sure how he got the 11 kills, but still ended up below us. And then North Carolina stayed in the back for most of it. Well, we're not really sure what North Carolina did. Between ramming a transport and running back to the back, we're not sure what he did. And Leander tier 6 kind of just hanging along for the ride. So the Chapayev there with 7 shell hits total to take it out, including the overpens. Missouri, 19 main battery shell hits. Some of them were ricochets and non-pens. St. Clair, the communications ship, we had 1 secondary shell hit for 627k damage. And then the QE with 2 secondaries for 0 damage. So overall, we had 200k from our main batteries, only 12k from our secondary. You can build for secondaries, but it's, as I said, it's not optimal. This is definitely a main gun ship. Use those lower caliber main guns to kill the cruisers. As you saw, we were able to easily get citadels on cruisers. It's a little bit more difficult on battleships. And then we were using gray boosters, I believe, for 20%. Green is plus 40. So only gray boosters, and we have a total of 305,000 credits. No boosters for XP, only for free XP. And then same for Commander XP. Only the gray boosters. With that said, if you enjoy these battles, if you enjoy seeing meme battles, this is something we like to do on our free time. As you, with the Napoli video from last week, we do the meme battle. We actually do it a lot more. Just some are more memorable than others. If you want to see more videos like that, just let me know. Otherwise, I hope to see you next week. Have a good one.